Okay, we good? Good?
I'm ready, sir.
Good evening. Can you hear me? And welcome to the special public meeting for the Lawrence City Council. Today is Monday, October 28, 2024. Pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Act of 2022, this meeting will be hybrid, allowing participation both in person at the City Council chambers and remotely. The Zoom link for anybody to request it was available at the City Clerk office. This meeting also could be viewed through the digital platform for the Lawrence City Council, which are the Lawrence City Council Facebook page, as well as the Lawrence City Council YouTube page. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilor Levy.
Present.
Councilor LaPlante.
Present.
Councilor Luzon.
Present.
Councilor Del Rosario.
Present.
Councilor Santiago.
Present.
Councilor Marmol.
Present.
Councilor Reyes.
Present.
Council Vice President Infante.
Present.
Council President Rodriguez.
Present. Please join me for a moment of silence. Now join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic to which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we have the thing, the time.
Yes.
We have public participation, and those are the rules for public participation. We're going to have everybody that is on the list. We're going to allow them to speak for 2.5 minutes. At the 2-minute mark, you're going to hear a sound indicating that you still have 30 seconds, sorry. The public participations, you have to refer to the council as a whole, not to any individual councilors. With that said, we're going to start with H. Mali. Name and address for the record, please.
Mali, 53 Chestnut Street. Good evening, honorable members. In this important vote for the freedom of Laurentian, when our most important stakeholder, our teachers union, requesting for a free and democratic school committee, we the citizen respectfully request from you that elect
John.
school committee from this honorable council. Please
John, can you start your mic?
Okay. Let's start all over. Good evening, honorable members. In this important vote for freedom of the Laurentian, when our most important stakeholder, our teachers union, requesting for a free and democratic school committee, we the citizen respectfully request from this honorable council, vote for freedom. Please vote for democratic election so we can elect our school committee members. Remember in a dark era of the receivership, our honorable school committee members never stopped fighting for independence of the Lawrence Public School from dictatorial process of the receivership. Now we cannot accept unconstitutional, un-American home rule petition that take away our rights as a Laurentian to a free democratic school committee. We, the Laurentian, best example of support of teachers union, must stand up in unity and requesting tonight, please vote for freedom. Please vote for the right of Laurentian to have an elected school committee. Please stand up with our citizens, stand up with our teachers, stand up with our school committee members. Vote no to this undemocratic and un-American home rule petition now. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person that we have is, excuse me, guys. Let's wait for the end, and then we're going to go later than one was supposed to. So the next person that we have for public participation is Rich Russell. Name and address for the record. Councilor Russell.
Good evening, councilors. Richard Russell, 34 Cross Street. I hope that this agenda item is treated in accordance with Rule 26 of the Rules of the Lawrence City Council, that is, using Robert's Rules of Order newly revised, and have Rule 16, Section 9 of the above-mentioned rules applied to postpone indefinitely Agenda Item 14824. If not, I suppose that in my humble opinion, violations of various city ordinances and laws are still better being forced to do so, are better than being forced to do so at gunpoint, as some third world political entities have been known to do to get what they want. In Chicago, there's a phrase about voting: vote early, vote often. Lawrence is on the verge of creating a new phrase: keep voting on it until you make the powers that be happy. If this is the reason for this special council meeting, then the Lawrence political scene is sunk to a level that I thought was impossible to reach. Remember, one man, one vote, not one mayor, 6 votes. Quoting Caesar in Latin as he crossed the Rubicon, alia jacta est. Thank you for allowing me to express my displeasure at this act of political shenanigans.
The next person that we have is Johnny Castillo. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is Johnny Castillo, 52 Farnham Street. We have seen in the city of Lawrence the hiring of a superintendent below required qualifications. At least 2 other people or 2 other applicants were better qualified. We have seen the hiring of 2 police chiefs underqualified, a chief of staff underqualified, the creation of positions to assist the director of the Department of Public Works, DPW for a 6 square mile city, and we don't even know if the director is fully qualified or if somebody from another city has to come to sign the city documentations for him. In the city of Lawrence, we have seen the intimidation of radio communicators. We have an assistant to the mayor who's also a member of the LRA board, and many other atrocities. And now some people in this city want to take away the rights of the people of Lawrence to elect the members of the school committee. As if teachers and education means nothing to these people. And I, for one, had enough of these abuses. I urge you to vote no in the home rule petition that wants to sever the rights of the people of Lawrence to elect the members of the school committee. And you know something, I suspect this is a distraction to keep us from finding out what's going on, to keep us from finding out if there's any dirty business taking place in our local government. Vote no on the home rule and know that we, the people, have the right to recall the mandate of any elected official. The reason for the people to elect their members is because they are in their neighborhood. They don't come from the desk or the order of the mayor or of anybody else. Vote no, I urge you. Thank you.
All right, the next person that we have is Julissa Nunez. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is Julissa Nunez, 46 Farnham Street. The budget for the Lawrence Public School in 2025 is going to be $324,454,858, which increased by $20,203,926 this year. Excuse me, I have a lung infection, so I might get short of breath. This amount represents 74.64% of Lawrence's total budget. As we know, the state of Massachusetts provides all this funding for education from the taxes of the state. As you might conclude, The school committee is the legislative body that controls these millions of dollars. And this is the main reason why this administration wants to control the school committee. This is concerning, as this administration has shown by its action that they came not to serve the people, but to serve themselves. The future of our children's education is at risk. Therefore, I want to remind the council members that we, the people, elected you to represent us with dignity and responsibility, not to defend partisan political interest. I'm standing here not only as a mother, as a community member, and as a voter, but I have to say I'm very disappointed in what's going on with all of you in this community. We voted for you, we put you in position to defend the community, to work for the community. I feel ashamed and embarrassed and regretful to have supported some of you that are sitting there today, only to see that some of you have turned your backs on the very people that put you in office. Thank you.
The next person that we have is Kimberly Barry. Name and address for the record, please.
Sure. Hello, councilors. My name is Kimberly Barry, and my office is at 1 Canal Street, and I'm the president of the Lawrence Teachers Union. I'm going to read the letter that I sent you on Friday night. On behalf of the American Federation of Teachers Massachusetts, the Lawrence Teachers Union, the Lawrence Federation of Paraprofessionals, the City of Lawrence Administrative Support Staff, the Massachusetts AFL-CIO, and the Merrimack Valley Central Labor Council, 6 organizations dedicated to supporting thousands of people living and working in Lawrence. We implore you to vote against any efforts to change the governance of the city's schools. That Lawrence Public Schools must have a governance structure that is transparent, that is accountable and inclusive, to make sure that all classrooms are places where the students of Lawrence can thrive. While we are glad to see that the latest proposal to change the governance of the Lawrence Public Schools was defeated, we are concerned that there will be continued efforts to undermine the democratic process and the voices of Lawrence educators, parents, and community members. Any measures of this kind would strip away the people of Lawrence's democratic rights to have the elected representation from each district. The Lawrence community has repeatedly voiced their concerns over these proposed changes and what they would mean for the school and the students of Lawrence. Maintaining a democratic process where residents have the freedom to vote for the school committee member in each of their districts is vital to ensuring accurate and equitable representation in the school governance. In addition, we want to clarify that no changes to the school committee composition are required in order for Lawrence Public Schools to come out of state receivership. This has been confirmed by the Secretary of Education as well as the interim commissioner of that DESE, both who have shared that they will continue to work with a fully elected school committee to ensure a smooth transition once the time occurs. As elected leaders, we hope that you will support the rights of the Lawrence residents to vote for their school committee, just as they voted for you. Any efforts to undermine a fully elected school committee is undemocratic and problematic, as it will take away the voices of those most impacted by our schools. We will continue to advocate for a democratic process in this important matter, especially considering the community's past stance on similar issues. Thank you very much.
The next person is Francisco Brea. Name and address for the record, please.
Yes, good evening, Mr. President, member of the council, Francisco Brea, 85 Colonial Road. Excuse me. Before I... It's okay. So before I begin, I just want to acknowledge, with all due respect to Councilor Michael LaPlante, that this is going to be in Spanish. Is that okay, Mr. President? To go right ahead? Okay, so please give me another 30 seconds. So, estimados miembros del Consejo Municipal de Lawrence, en nombre de la Federación Estadounidense de Maestros de Massachusetts, el Sindicato de Maestros de Lawrence, la Federación de Paraprofesionales de Lawrence, la Asociación de Personal de Apoyo Administrativo de la Ciudad de Lawrence, También la Federación Americana de los Trabajadores de Massachusetts, el Consejo Laboral Central del Valle de Merrimack, 6 organizaciones dedicadas a apoyar a miles de personas que viven y trabajan en Lawrence. Les imploramos que voten en contra de cualquier intento de cambiar la gobernanza de las escuelas de la ciudad. Las escuelas públicas de Lawrence deben tener una estructura de gobernanza que sea transparente, responsable e inclusiva para garantizar que todas las aulas sean lugares donde los estudiantes de Lawrence puedan prosperar. Si bien nos alegramos de ver que la última propuesta para cambiar la gobernanza de las escuelas públicas de Lawrence fue rechazada, nos preocupa que se sigan haciendo esfuerzos para socavar el proceso democrático y las voces de los estudiantes, de los educadores, padres y miembros de la ciudad de Lawrence. Cualquier medida de este tipo privaría a los ciudadanos de Lawrence de sus derechos democráticos de tener representantes electos de cada distrito. La comunidad de Lawrence ha expresado reiteradamente su preocupación por estos cambios propuestos y lo que significarían para las escuelas y los estudiantes de Lawrence.
Thank you, Mr. Francisco. The next person is...
I'm done? Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, so you know my position, Mr. President
Thank
of the
you,
council.
thank
Please
you.
vote no.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The next person is Tom Myers. Name and address for the record, please.
My name is Tom Myers, and I reside at 550 Haverhill Street here in the city. And I'm here, like I believe everyone else in the room, to support the precept that democracy should rule here in the city of Lawrence as far as the election of school committee members. And I want to start, and I mentioned this, I think, a few months ago when I spoke on this same issue, that there was a seminal paper produced for the White House by the renowned psychologist Erik Erikson back in 1950. And he talks about the most important attribute in a healthy personality is, in fact, the development of trust. And I mention this citation in the notion of trust being the foundation of all relationships, because your position tonight regarding the school committee and whether it should be democratic or appointed concerns whether or not you trust the citizens of our city to elect competent people to govern our school district or not. Currently, the Lawrence School Committee represents the rich diversity of our community. The members are as well educated as any committee in the Commonwealth, I would argue. We have people with advanced academic degrees, parents, former educators, and military veterans. As a former democratically elected president of the Teachers Union of Andover, I sat for 21 years as president. I saw a lot of people come and go on the school committee in Andover. And I have to say, none of the school committees there in the 21 years I was president are better in any way than the school committee that is elected here in our city. And so it comes down to the fundamental precept. Not only do you trust the school committee, but do you trust the citizens who elected you? That's what it's about. Do you have faith in the people or do you not have faith in the people in our city?
Thank you.
¿Ustedes tienen
Thank
fe
you.
en la comunidad, sí o no? Voten de
Thank
esta
you.
manera. Gracias.
Thank you. The next person is Jonathan Guzman, school committee member Guzman. Name and address for the record, please.
Good afternoon, President Rodriguez and members of the council. Jonathan Guzman, Vice Chair of the Lawrence School Committee, 39 Lynn Street, Lawrence, Mass. It's unfortunate to be before you to point out this out-of-order meeting that brought a final dispose of item back as an unfinished business against your own Rule 21. Any action taken on this matter will be in violations of several rules in the Lawrence City Council, same as the Robert Rules of Order. I'm so sorry that you have been placed in the eye of the public and whether your decision today will not be supported by the people who elected you and me in this position. You got this stipulation of dismissal in the light of a settlement agreement between the U.S. Department of Justice and the City of Lawrence. Both parties must adhere to such agreement. In this process that shows me something, in this particular process that showed me something that there's a lack of reading through a document. You probably saw dismissal and said, we are good to go. However, the City of Lawrence agreed to conduct elections for the district seats of the Lawrence School Committee, and after 2010, and make the necessary changes in the election of members to this body, and the matter are consistent with the federal law, including Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which involves challenges on these type of schemes. Your meeting is not consistent with your own rule, is out of order.
The next person that we have is Nathan Baez. Name and address for the record, please.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nathan Baez. I live on 182 Common Street. And I'm here to just echo what everybody else has been saying. I'm extremely disappointed in this elected body currently sitting in front of me. We, as community members, have the right to vote for our school committee members. I don't believe that the mayor or y'all either should have the power to decide who governs our school. Y'all were all elected, and I feel like our school committee deserves that same right, especially based on the district that they're in. Each district is different. Some districts might need more support than others. Also, I'm disappointed in the fact that I've witnessed people come up here and talk to y'all, and y'all are looking down, y'all are getting up out of your seat, y'all not paying attention to the people who are voicing their concerns. And to me, that's a problem, because we elect y'all. We hold y'all up to be the people who represent us in government. And I'm here for the kids. The kids need us more than ever, and currently we're under receivership. And to what is written on the letter by the teachers union is we don't need to restructure this school committee to get out of receivership. I feel like we got to come together as a community and allow us to figure out our own issues and work out our own problems. To what Tom was saying, it feels like you don't have faith in us as citizens, as community members, where you think we can't vote for somebody who we believe in and who is adequate enough to serve on the school committee. I think anything that y'all try to do to change the law or the governing structure of the school committee is wrong, and you shouldn't be doing it. And if you vote for it, you shouldn't be in the seat that you're in right now. And yeah, and the fact that I'm even here again after being here last week, it seems like y'all are disorganized. Like y'all don't even know what's going on or how to govern, and that's a concern for me. 2 minutes. So
2 minutes.
Y'all gotta figure something out. All right?
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
would like to take a point of personal privilege to say a few things that is happening today. We have technical issues in the background. There is issues when it comes to the sound. There is issues when it comes to the Zoom meeting, and that's why sometimes you're seeing members of this body getting up and figure things out in the back. Also, there is councilors that are texting, because people are texting us saying that they cannot hear the meeting. So, as part of democracy, we also need to make sure that people in their houses are listening cloud and very clean of your concerns, as well as this body discussion in the future. So thank you. That's a point of personal privilege. And the next person that we have on the list is Mayra Ortiz, a school committee member Ortiz.
Good evening. Myra Ortiz, 45 Norris Street. I'm here again this evening like everybody else because it's on the agenda. And I find it very difficult to stand here after yesterday's obvious dehumanizing description of Puerto Ricans. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. I think it's called Puerto Rico. I don't know if you guys know this, but they continually consider us the city of the damned. I don't know if you guys know this, but we're hurting ourselves and we're hurting each other. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's parliamentary procedures for all that is here today, and you are out of order. I don't know if you guys know this, but being in politics is not just about putting it on your resume, but it's about being bold. It's about being an individual. It's about thinking through the matter, reading through the matter, and voting with your conviction. Not somebody that called you or texted you, because guess what? They didn't put you in this place. You knocked those doors. You got those signatures. I don't know if you guys know this, that anybody that thinks that we can't think for ourselves also thinks that you can't think for yourself. I don't know if you guys know this, but we are better than what we are exhibiting to our kids who we say there is hope. In the democratic process, there is hope. Why don't people run? Because they pin us against each other. Why don't you people run? Because here we are sitting on the precipice of privatizing our schools so that they can all become charters. I don't know if you guys know this, but you're still my neighbors. I will see you at Market Basket. We're only in this position for a moment. Vote your conscience, which it's still not in parliamentary procedure, so I don't really know what's going to happen. Thank you for your time.
The next person that we have is Angel Mendez. The next person we have is Angel Mendez. Yeah.
Angel Mendez, 16 Leeds Terrace.
Audio, oh my goodness.
I know that this is my third time that I have to be hurrying on my supper time, yet to be in this place. I don't know what we don't understand. This proposal is coming from nowhere. It's an orphan proposal. That's why some people say 11 people, 30 people, 15 people. No, only 6 people at large. Everybody has an opinion. Where is the paternity of this proposal? Who is el protagonista of this proposal? Oh, covering. It's a ghost. But I can identify where is this coming from. We have people in the alliance that they were appointed. We have a new superintendent that almost was appointed. And now we need a new school committee that is going to be appointed too. Those 3 people running at large, they are going to be responding to those ones that they are going to be just appointed. Because I know how things move in this city. It is a shame. Look outside. We don't have programs communicating, orienting this community. And we trusted young people that now they are corrupted by people around my age, close to my age, where they were supposed to be orienting our community, now they are taking advantage. And are you going to be allowing that? I'm here because a former student of mine, a person that I had in my classroom 30 years ago, Julissa Nunez, called me and told me, Mr. Mendez, come. And I need to be here. It is a shame. No, for you. You are young people, but you are misguided. And I know who are those people. And they are controlling everything. They are just outside watching. And they are met just around this SS3. I know how they perform. And they are controlling everything. Remember this. Kids are supposed to be first. Don't allow those people to be corrupting you.
All right, the next person we have is Sandra Edwards, as school committee member Edward. All right, thank you. Name and address for the record.
Good evening, council members. My name is Julie Rosado, and I reside at 26 Camila Tioli Way. I had no business attending this meeting tonight, but after hearing my fellow civilians and members of Lawrence, I feel like I am supposed to be speaking and my truth on it. So I am Dominican-born, Lawrence raised. I have been a member of this society for all of my life. I was a student and of all of the Lawrence public school system under receivership and everything. And I believe that we as a member should have a voice to vote for our own council members, and I feel like that right is being taken away by you guys deciding for that for us. Back when we are under receivership, I feel as though, I'm mute. Thank you.
Thank you. Then the next person that we have is Bridge Rowden. He's online and he's gonna speak with us.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Hi, good evening. Bridget Rodding on Marlborough Street. Thank you for the opportunity.
The record, please.
Bridget Rodding, 24 Marlborough Street. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here tonight. I want to share with the City Council my strong opposition to this proposal. Since learning late last week that the topic is again up for consideration, I've sought the opinions of a number of individuals both in city government and outside of it. I have yet to hear a convincing argument that these changes are necessary or even desirable. Nobody, in my opinion, has articulated a specific problem this change is trying to address. I'm more certain than before that this home rule petition is a solution in search of a problem. No change is required for Lawrence Public Schools to exit receivership, and I doubt the state would reject the current structure, which is in line with every other municipality in the Commonwealth except for Boston. Moreover, the current elected members are qualified, dedicated, and more than capable of fulfilling their duties. I see no reason to believe that future iterations of an elected school committee would be any different. I'm particularly concerned about the elimination of district representation. We would be asking fewer individuals to serve far more constituents, which would surely weaken the effectiveness of their representation. And while some have suggested that the diversity of the current school committee is evidence that district representation is no longer necessary, I would submit that district representation is the reason our city's elected bodies are an accurate reflection of our diversity. So I sincerely ask all of the council members to reject any plan that will disenfranchise your constituents, roll back the hard-won progress our city has made, and impede all the necessary progress that still lies ahead. I firmly believe that a school committee elected by the people with representation from every district is the right path forward. Thank you.
Thank you. All these names are going to be submitted. All these names are going to be submitted for the record. No. Nobody here. All right. So at this point, there is no public hearings for this meeting. There is no communication from the mayor, city official, or city attorney. And there is an old business, which is item 14824. With that said, I'll pass the gavel to Vice President Infante, so I can invoke Rule 4, and I can speak on this matter as a president of the City Council. Pursuant to Rule 11, I would like to make a motion to suspend Rule 20 to allow the motion to reconsider for document 14824. As a member of the Pavilion side, I would like to move this for reconsideration. Madam Vice President Infante, this is a motion to suspend, to pursue to Rule 11 and to suspend Rule 20.
Motion has been made by the council president, seconded by
Discussion.
Councilor Del Rosario. Discussion, Councilor Luzon.
Thank you, Madam Vice President Infante. And to you, Madam President and Madam Claire, I have a question and just a confirmation to you and to the Madam Claire. According to Rule 26 of Robert Rules of Order, the City Council is governed by Robert Rules of Order, Madam Claire? Can you please confirm?
Madam Clerk?
If it's something that our rules are silent to, so if it's something our rules don't address, then we would go with Robert's rules. If there's a conflict, we would go with our own rules first, and so we start with our own rules. If there's something specific we're looking for that our rules are silent as to, then we would look at Robert's rules.
Okay, so it's not a completely yes, Madam Claire? It depends.
It depends, yeah.
Thank you, Madam Claire, thank you. Madam Vice President Infante, and thank you for that.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll? We need 6 orders to suspend our rules and allow this to go through.
Charter to objection to
Roll call
reconsider.
roll. This is a motion to suspend Rule 20 and to enact Rule 11. And for that, we need 6 votes. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
We need some council guidance. So council guidance for the record.
The attorney's there. Attorney Huen, can you hear us okay?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes. Council President, is there something you wanted to ask the attorney?
There was an intent of general objection for this motion. Can you clarify from this, please?
The
Oh,
procedural
yeah,
rule-
there was.
Again, I did not hear what the objection would be, except for the fact that you can't do a charter objection on this. This is a parliamentary rule. You're just ruling right now on whether you will allow to suspend the rules.
So you cannot do a charter objection on the city council rules. Is that correct?
On a parliamentary rule.
On
This
a
is just
parliamentary
on
rule.
I want to do a charter objection on this motion based to the Rule 12 and violence the Rule 20.
City Attorney, did you hear that?
I heard there can be no charter objection on this first motion. Remember that there is multiple motions here. The first motion is just to suspend the rules. That's a parliamentary rule, motion. There's no charter objection because there could be no charter objection to it.
Thank you, City Attorney. Can we proceed with the roll call, City Clerk?
So, thank you both councils, though. This is on the parliamentary rule to suspend the rules. Councilor Reyes?
To suspend the rule?
Yeah. Councilor Marmol?
Yes.
Councilor Santiago?
Yes.
Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Luzon?
No.
Councilor LaPlante?
Yes.
Councilor Levy?
Yes.
Council Vice President Infante?
Yes.
And Council President Rodriguez?
I vote yes.
Motion carries. Is 8 in favor, 1 against.
Council President?
Yes, if you allow me, Madam Vice President Infante. With that said, now that we can, I can motion, I would like to make a motion to reconsider my vote on document 14828.
Discussion.
This is a motion to reconsider.
Motion has been made by the Council President, seconded by Councilor Luzon.
No.
No.
Oh, I mean, sorry, Councilor, I was looking at you,
No.
Councilor Reyes. I heard you, I was looking at you.
No.
Discussion?
Charter objection to reconsideration.
Charter motion has been made. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Madam Chair,
I'm going to go right into the charter objection. I'm not going to entertain a discussion. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion
To
to
adjourn.
adjourn.
Motion has been made.
Before we have the adjourn, we have all the business.
Was-
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
All right.
Madam Chair.
Council President.
Before adjourn, it's important to say for the people,
Madam
To
Chair.
know.
the
Our next
president is out of order.
I gave him the floor.
the
We just
next
had-
meeting,
We just had
Pertaining
an
to the next-
objection. We just had an objection, charter objection. We should
It is-
end
it is
it.
not on the- it is not on this
Council
matter.
President, this isn't pertaining to the agenda. This is pertaining to our next meeting.
You should
The- the char-
recognize,
the
you should
charter-
recognize
the
the charter objection. You
I
should
already
recognize the
recognized
charter
you.
objection.
I recognized it. Now we're talking about the next meeting. I already said I'm not entertaining a discussion. Council President is going to give us a date for the next meeting, and then I'm going to entertain a motion to adjourn. Does that, do you understand that, Council Luzon?
You
Thank
should
you.
not
Council
continue
President.
talking.
next meeting is gonna be Thursday, November 7th.
Point of order.
Thank you. Thursday,
Point of
So
order.
it's gonna be on Thursday, because on the 5th is gonna be the election
of
day,
order.
which is Tuesday, for the
Point of
public to
order.
know.
Thank you,
Thank
Council
you.
President. Motion to adjourn.
Sorry, Council Luzon, he's
Second.
not out of order.
Motion to adjourn.
There's
Motion
been
has been
second.
made, properly seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the ayes have it.